We knew that there would be a market there. But we never expected anything like this.
Very excited to hear more about the story so far of WineFi.
WineFi. WineFi. WineFi.
WineFi.
WineFi.
WineFi is a next-generation investment platform for investing in fine wine. In our first 12 months, we grew the business from 0 to 7 figures in revenue and averaged 21% month-on-month growth.
We average about 8% alpha over the market indices like the LiveX 100.
30% of investment capital globally will be going to alternative assets. We're talking trillions of dollars.
At the time, we didn't even have a platform. It went bonkers. At one point, we were receiving inbound inquiry every 4 minutes, and that went on for 48 hours.
And we were like, right, we've got to build this thing now.
So as an asset class, fine wine has so much going for it. Historically, it's offered better risk-adjusted returns than most of the major equity indices like the FTSE 100 and the S&P 500. Not only that, but fine wine is an excellent diversifier. It's relatively uncorrelated with other asset classes, so when your S&P 500 index tracker falls, your fine wine may well be unaffected. It's less volatile than other asset classes, offers downside protection, and historically is a great hedge against inflation. And in the UK, fine wine is largely exempt from capital gains tax.
But there's a problem. Investing in wine has historically remained expensive, complicated, opaque, really off limits to everyone apart from specialists and the very wealthy. And even the very wealthy are getting a pretty bad deal. Our syndicate structure allows investors to gain exposure to diversified, expertly curated portfolios of fine wine at a fraction of the cost of owning the individual wines outright themselves. When the time is right to sell, to maximize returns, we sell down the assets and distribute the proceeds pro rata to syndicate members. Calling up a wine merchant to invest in wine is as alien to younger investors as it would be for them to call up a stockbroker if they wanted to buy shares in a company. We make it very seamless and cost-effective to gain exposure to fine wine as an asset class. We serve both individual investors who want a direct investment in fine wine, and we also work with businesses that want to offer fine wine investment solutions to their client base.
We construct our portfolios using a combination of cutting-edge data science and quantitative analysis, and the expertise of our veteran investment committee. For my part in that, I'm building models and algorithms that are essentially trying to pick wine investments for us. You can think of these models as working in two ways, trying to spot the most undervalued wines currently and trying to identify the wines that are going to appreciate most in the future, and those two are obviously closely interlinked. On backtesting, this approach has proven really effective. We average about 8% alpha over the market indices like the LiveX 100.
So our investment platform allows users to self-serve on wine investment opportunities from as little as £3,000. They can then log into the platform and track the value of their assets in real time using third-party market prices. So the core hypothesis behind WineFi is as simple as the fact that investors want a low-cost, straightforward way of investing in fine wine. Interest in alternative assets is skyrocketing globally, and retail allocations to alts are expected to double over the next 5 years. To put that into perspective, that means 30% of investment capital globally will be going to alternative assets. We're talking trillions of dollars.
I will never forget the day that we went to market. At the time, we didn't even have a platform. I think we had a landing page that I built myself, and I was expecting to put up a post on LinkedIn and maybe have a few inbound inquiries trickle in. Instead, it went bonkers. At one point, we were receiving inbound inquiry every 4 minutes, and that went on for 48 hours. Now, on the one hand, that is the best possible validation, the best possible evidence of product market fit at a very early stage that you could possibly hope for.
On the other hand, we were like, right, we've got to build this thing now.
Since then, even in a period where the wine markets have been struggling, we've been growing on average 21% month on month.
In our first year, we partnered with some incredible businesses. We're talking Hatch,
Splint,
Timeless Investments,
Dark Square Capital, Founders Capital,
IG Wines,
Limpid.
Alts.co. It's really a who's who of the alternative asset world.
We are bringing capital into this sector that otherwise would not be there. And this benefits the entire ecosystem. So everyone from producers to merchants to collectors to third-party logistics providers. We're not competing for a slice of the pie. We're making the pie bigger for everyone.
A major milestone for us has been our strategic partnership with Coterie Holdings, who are one of the largest and most significant holdcos for fine wine business interests globally. We welcomed their CEO, Michael Saunders, to our board of directors earlier this year, and this relationship gives us a hugely unfair advantage versus any future newcomer to the space by providing us with storage and brokerage channels off limits to all but industry insiders and the largest wine merchants. When you think about most asset classes, there is a company that is almost synonymous with that asset class. We're talking Vanguard for index funds, we're talking Blackstone for property, we're talking Moonfair for private equity, we're talking Masterworks for art. Our ambition is to become synonymous with fine wine as an asset class and make it possible for fine wine to form a part of every investment portfolio for the very first time.